Hey guys, Kev here, and today is Finch Knife Co. Day in the Lefty household. So I have 4 Finch Knife Co. knives here that I got in all within about a week, and I need to do my first impressions on these. And I love Finch Knife Co. I love all these knives. I am very impressed by Finch Knife Co. So you're going to hear me repeat myself quite a few times, probably through those first impressions. So I'm going to start here with the Finch model 1929. And this is the version in the black denim micarta. And this has 154 cm steel. You can see there on the blade, Finch Knife Co. Model 1929, 154 cm. And I do have a LaCroix here, guys, key lime. Keep an eye out for the key lime. If you see it in multiple Finch videos, it's because I'm doing them back to back. So I really wanted to get to these because, one, I really like them, and I'm intrigued by them, and to be quite frank, they have really made me question my collection. I have knives that are much more expensive than this, yet don't quite excite me as much as this does. It's a strange thing, and you know, you've probably seen on multiple channels the talk about diminishing returns, the point of diminishing returns. At what price point, what material point do you start to just spend money? You're not really getting anything better. And for me, right now, after experiencing these Finch knives, this is the point of diminishing returns. Once you pass what Finch Knife Co. is doing, you're not really getting more. You're just spending more. And yeah, maybe you're getting some things like titanium on the scales, and you're getting, you know, M390 on the blade instead of 154 cm. But for an everyday type person like me, a person who works in an office, even somebody who uses their knives daily, 154 cm is a very serviceable steel. It's relatively easy to sharpen, holds a decent edge. It's tough, it's stainless, like it checks all the boxes. That's why it's been around for so long. That's why so many custom knife makers to this day still use 154 cm. And I don't want to get into a steel argument. I know there's objectively better steels than this. But my point is just that, do we need them? And same with the titanium. This is a steel frame lock, but it's not super heavy, and it looks good. You know, yeah, you might get some weight gains on titanium. And guys, you know me. I love titanium. I love M390. I love all those fancy things. And I'll continue to buy them. But just, you know, kind of as a conversation, I just like to put it out there that for a normal person who just wants a couple good knives in their collection, they don't want to spend a fortune, you could buy only Finch knives, and I think you would have a cool, like, eclectic collection of different designs and features, and yet you would also have very functional EDC knives, and you don't need anything more than that. So that's kind of where I sit with Finch Knife Co. right now. I just think they're killing it. So just to look at this knife, and again, I'll go over the knife in more detail in my full review. I just want to give a quick first impressions, and I don't want to get bogged down too much on each detail like I do in the review, but aesthetically, this is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, just look at this thing. It has this sweet little rounded butt here. This blade shape is ridiculous. I guess it would be a clip point, but it's like a shrunken down fatty clip point. Absolutely love this design. This thing stands out in a room. It stands out from a mile away to me. As soon as I saw this knife, I knew I needed to have one. It's just absolutely gorgeous, guys. Now, in terms of the feel on this black denim micarta, it's very hard and smooth. So it's not like your rough textured micarta like on an Ace Grand or something from Italy, that kind of stuff. Which I would say I kind of prefer that stuff, but I get it on this design. Would I love to have that more rough cloth textured micarta? Yes, I would love that on here. I'm guessing that would have brought the cost up a little, maybe, because this thing I think is $120 or $129, which in my opinion is priced perfectly. And man, guys, this is a hell of a knife, hell of a value. I'm gonna spoil it for you guys. Go buy any one of the Finch knives. Like, I can recommend them all. Absolutely fantastic knives with cool designs. There's got to be a couple that stick out to you. Buy those, right? The action on this knife is ridiculous. Again, I have knives that are much more expensive than this that don't have action like this, and I get them out of the box. You see me. I unboxed a mini Impulse yesterday, or whenever it was. This is made by QSP. Impulse is made by Bestech. But that Vero knife, new, was probably, I don't know, $300, maybe $350, and I paid $450 for that knife. And the action on this out of the box was better. I mean, I go to the brake, it deploys all the way. Didn't have a problem with that on the Impulse, but look at this closing action. It's so smooth and it just shakes shut. And the Impulse is similar, but the centering was off. I had to sit here and tune it in my unboxing. This knife came out perfectly centered, with great action, dropping like that. Just, you know, those things are what adds up to me, and that's what makes me question the more expensive knives. But again, that Vero is made by Bestech, and let's say it was made by Riot, I'd be having a different conversation. Riot nails it every time on all aspects, and it's always consistent. And that's what I love about them. And QSP seems to be doing the same thing. I have 3 of them here from Finch, made by QSP, and I've had a Penguin before. I've had 2 Penguins before. All of them were dialed in from the start. So action on this thing is ridiculous. This clip is a milled titanium clip, so it's a really nice touch here to add a milled titanium clip onto the stainless steel framed knife. It's a very good clip. I've had it in my front pocket, my back pocket. It goes in, it goes out. You don't have to worry about it. There's no issues. Retention is good. It's just a solid milled clip. I love that. So carry is great. It's not super deep or anything, but you don't really notice anything hanging out. I mean, you don't feel an issue. I don't need a deep carry clip on this one. I like deep carry clips if I have my druthers, but this is perfectly acceptable, even good. You know, it's a good clip. The ergonomics on this knife for being so small is surprisingly really good. My hand fits pretty much all 4 fingers on. This one's, you know, it's a little tight, but then you have this space right here on this perfectly designed flipper tab. I can move up like this, and now I have really good control of this ridiculously cool blade, which, by the way, is thin behind the edge, razor sharp, and it's pretty thin stock to begin with. This thing slices through paper like a demon. It has opened some packages and done very well. It has a good sharp point and a lot of belly. It's just a very good slicer for this small blade. I don't know what it is, 2.5 inches maybe. Just all around fantastic knife. I really can't say much more than that, guys. I am not sponsored by Finch Knife Co. I paid for this knife. I will tell you exactly how I got each of my knives when I do a video. I don't sit here and act like I didn't get a knife for free when I did, and I don't do the opposite. I'm here to tell you my thoughts, my feelings. I pay for the knives. If I don't pay for the knives and I have an issue, I will let the company know. I will contact them and let them know what's going on. I might give them a chance to fix it. and then do a video, but I always explain the story. I always tell you what's going on. I want you to get my honest opinion on a knife. There's no point to this channel. There's no point to watching reviews if somebody's going to sit up here and promote something. Now, if you're honest about it and you're promoting a product, okay. If you tell us up front, then I know pretty much right away not to pay attention at all. I can't stand those type of videos because I know that you're biased. It's just in your nature at that point because you're promoting for them. So I in no way am like affiliated with Finch. I love them. I love Spencer over there. I've chatted with him. Yes, that influences my thoughts, but that's how life is. You like somebody, you want to support them. I really want to support Finch Knives. So, you know, I got this knife for 30% off. Basically what happened was I reached out to Spencer over at Finch Knives. I said, hey man, I'd really like to check out a Takuna because that was the first knife I wanted to try. And he said, hey man, I'll send you one. I said, I'll send it back in a couple weeks. Thank you. He said, no, keep it. And I got that knife and the next day, sorry, I gotta go back. He was sending me the Takuna. And the next day I went online because the Cimarron dropped and I ordered one of those because it was like 90 bucks. I figured, why not? So I ordered one of those, paid for it myself. And then I messaged Spencer. I said, hey man, I ordered a Cimarron as well. So you might as well save on shipping and drop the Takuna in the box there. And he said, sure. And then somehow the holiday came up. He asked me which kind I would like. I told him my wife actually picked. She picked the snakewood handle, and she picked the green Takuna, and he sent me those two, and then I paid for the Cimarron, obviously. After I got those, I absolutely loved them, and the 1929 came back into stock. I reached out to Spencer again, asked for a discount, because I buy a lot of knives. If I can get a discount, you know, I'll ask, right? And he gave me a 30% coupon. I went and I bought the 1929. That is how I ended up with all the Finch knives. Some I paid for, some I did not. But Spencer knows that I'm going to give my honest feedback on these knives, and he understands that. He in no way asked me to say good things about the company. He knows he has a good product, and he's putting it out there because he knows, for the most part, he's probably going to get good feedback. He has confidence in his product, and I love that. So I'm sorry for the rant there, guys. This was my first impressions on the Finch model 1929. This will be the first one I post, guys, so that way you can hear all that. And then in the other ones, I will try to be a little more short and sweet. Okay, guys? I absolutely love this knife. I love you guys. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will catch you later.